Hey guys, how about a little impromptu kitchen table unboxing video? This one actually arrived about a week ago and I just never got around to opening it. And another smaller, but I hope far more interesting box arrived today, so I thought I'd take a little bit of time and make a video. Here's who I got this from. I didn't realize when I bought this that it was from someone who deals with vintage stuff. I just occasionally search for vintage TV parts, see if anything interesting shows up, and I think something did. That was the only bidder. But I think it's interesting enough, so I'm glad I spent the money on it. So, those of you who have watched some of my TV restoration videos, especially the Admiral videos, should recognize what I'm going to unveil in here. Let's pull this whole box out. So, I don't know exactly what this was originally intended for, but I think it may have been some kind of repair kit or distributor sample package or something like that from Standard Coil, I think. What this is parts for tuners. In fact, I think there's enough stuff here I could make an entire turret tuner. Certainly repair one. Tape on this. I get why some people put so much tape on bubble wrap, and what that ends up doing is ruining whatever it was taped to when you pull the tape off. Unfortunately, didn't realize I was doing that as I took this off. But if I put this back on, wherever this came off of, I think it said it was over. I think it said replacement. The Standard Tuner Replacement Parts Kit. Alright. This isn't a total loss because even where this tape wasn't, it's pretty much was faded and illegible anyways. But, you know, it just seems to me if you wrap this in bubble wrap and put it inside of another box, you don't need to wrap a whole bunch of tape around it. Packing material isn't going to go anywhere. Alright, anyways. So, looks like there's a few extra things thrown in here. I recall this from the eBay listing, Channel Master. It looks like it's mounting stuff for putting like an antenna on your roof and attaching it with brackets to the side of the building, but that has nothing to do with what's in here. What's in here is all parts for a standard turret tuner. So, I think if we start with the largest box, it will make sense. Yes, so here is the main shaft of the tuner, and then it'd be a whole bunch of snapping coils, and then this would fit inside of a body mechanism that it would have a couple tubes in it, typically an RF amp and a mixer oscillator tube. And then your channel clunker knob would go on here, and then over this would slide a brass sleeve for an outer knob for the fine tuning. Speaking of which, here's a fine tuning assembly. It looks like I got 3 of them, maybe 4. Let's pop one of these open, see what's inside. This sure looks familiar. So this slides over that channel clunker shaft, and you get this little spiral insulating wafer. And what that would do is it would go between 2 metal contacts. One typically just ground being the body of the tuner, and then there'd be another contact out here, and as you rotate this you get more and more dielectric material, which will increase the capacitance. So very small. We're talking about just picofarads or fractions of picofarads as you rotate this, but that is enough with these VHF tuners to alter the local oscillator frequency. So you can hone in on that station. Alright, so I think all 4 of these will be identical. And here we got a trimmer kit, antenna, and then some IF coil assemblies, sound takeoff coil, IF trap assembly, fine tuner ceramic disc mounting bracket. Okay, I think this will make sense in conjunction with what we just looked at. Which is just going to be a piece of ceramic with a metal contact on it. Yep. So this would go up on one side of that, rotating a bit of dielectric material. I guess this would get attached down to the tuner body like so, and then this would feed in to the local oscillator circuit. And I guess you would have this attached to the tuner, and then probably a piece of ground metal would go over the outside and the insulating disc in between the two. Alright, let's see what else we've got in here. Contact plate bracket assembly. Vague sounding. Alright, I recognize it immediately. There is the set of contacts that the rotary coil assemblies make contact with. So one section will be like bandpass filter, and another will be for the local oscillator. Okay, now we take a look at this IF trap assembly. Now this would be for an older style. Only on like a really early version of the Admiral, like a 30A1 chassis, would they have a coil this big. Or I've seen early RCAs would have a coil that size as well. Later, newer TVs, they use a considerably smaller coil for that. Alright, let's check out one of these. Somewhere in here has got to be the snapping coil assemblies. I'm thinking that's what this is. No, this is just one of the little coils that would go in the tuner, or the IF strip. So when you do the alignment, that's what you're feeding your tool into and tweaking that. Iron core inductor. Let's take a look at one of these. Antenna trimmers. Should be a piston type trimmer cap. Now let's take a look at one of these antenna trimmer kits. I think this is going to be a piston type variable capacitor. Yep. I've seen plenty of these in tuners. So there'd be a hole in the metal body of the tuner. This would go right through that. You solder this right to the body of the tuner for ground, and then this rotates and goes in and out. Ceramic dielectric, and here's your other end insulated from this part. Very small capacitance values. like maybe like half a picofarad to 1.5 picofarad over the tuning range. Let's take a look at one of these. These bags. The Tanner spring, wash fiber, oscillator tuning slug, condenser. Okay, let's see what's over here. That's just some ceramic disc capacitors. Ditto. So I'm guessing these are parts that typically go in the tuner. Detense spring roller. What might that be? Oh yeah, see plenty of these too. I'll pull out an assembled tuner when we're all done, and you'll see how all these parts go together. This is the roller that clunks in the channel clunker. That wheel rolls over the cam as you go ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And this will be the spring that goes right inside of. So take one of these, and take one of these, and this sits like so. Snaps in. Boy, I'm not going to do it now because I'll never get it out, but snap that in and then it rolls inside of there, and this is a bit of spring steel. This would be the grounding plate that goes on the other side of that fine tuning assembly. So, plate, insulator, and then the ceramic insulated pick-off on the other side. Alright, more trimmer kits. The one thing I'm not seeing in here, it surprises me, is the actual plug-in coil or snap-ins for the various channels. I'm guessing there aren't any in here, which would be one of the more useful things to have, because those can wear out. The contacts on them can wear out. This is just another one of those. Oh, another one of these guys. Yep, fine tuning contact. I guess that's going to be about it. The rest of these are just trimmer kits. It's going to be more of the same. And some more IF coils. The trimmer kit, all others. Let's take final thing I'll take a look at here. Yep, just another one of these piston type trimmers. And finally, here is a tuner that came out of an Admiral TV, November 28th, 1949. And so here we can see all these various parts. There's the fine tuning, spiral, hollow shaft, grounding plate, and contact plate will be on either side. Here's the rotating drum. So what we didn't see in there was these actual plug-in coils. We saw the coil support. And here's that roller, here's the spring. Here, some of those piston type trimmers. Here's a pick-off coil. And here's where the two tubes would go. And here's that contact strip. And your various parts go underneath. You may have noticed this Admiral TV in the background. Well, there's a good reason for that. That is because of what's in this box. So you may recall I picked up this TV a year, 2 years ago. It is a portable remote control TV. Admiral's first portable remote control TV. In fact, I think they say the industry's first portable remote control TV. But it came with the wrong remote. When I first got this, I didn't quite understand what this pocket was for because the remote that came with it didn't fit in there well. Quickly realized when I saw ads and saw your comments that that is a pocket for the remote. And if I just had the correct remote, it would fit in there. So I have been looking and looking and looking for a Sonar remote control of the correct type, and I finally got one. And it seems to work. Wasn't cheap though. In fact, I think I paid about double for this what I paid for the whole TV. But long last, I can have the satisfaction of doing that. And really, I think that does enhance the value once I get this restored of having the correct functioning remote control. So, I'll certainly get me more inspired to start working on this set. I can't say exactly when that will be, but I hope to have a lot more time to work on these projects starting soon, because I find myself unemployed as of September 11th, and I don't know when I'll be getting another gig. I do contract programming, so my contract expires, so until I get another gig, I will have more time to work on these projects. So that's going to be it for this unboxing video. Hope you enjoyed this look at some standard tuner components and an Admiral Sonar remote control.